you have a really good job in one of the biggest retail company in the Philippines, diba? So we have it all. Ano yung parang, and at the time you're earning decently, somehow okay naman yung career mo. Ano yung parang na-realize mo na aha moment mo na tumalon ka, no, from being employed to ngayon, being a trader, being a full-time trader, businessman, influencer, ganyan.
It was really scary na process, and I think no, kung tinitingnan ko yung looking back at myself that time, parang it was a stupid thing to do. It was really a stupid move na ginawa ko yon. Pero it wasn't wrong. It felt right. It was stupid, the decision, but it was the right decision for me. So yung dream job ko is to do marketing, and my dream company is the biggest company in the Philippines. Hashtag we got it all for you. So dream job, dream company, and I really love my experience there kasi ang dami kong natutunan about marketing, about sales, about psychology, about general behavior of people. And ang one thing siguro that I can appreciate is everyday hindi repetitive yung ginagawa kong trabaho. Kasi most jobs, 'di ba? Clock in, do the same thing, clock out, repeat bukas. Sa akin naman, I clock in, I clock out, but between those times, paiba-iba yung ginagawa ko. So, every day I feel so creative. And I also that time, that was 5 or 6 years ago, I ventured into trading kasi yung gusto ko lang talaga, yung main source of income ko. Plus kasi yun, I want to multiply it. So trading was the times main source plus trading multiplier.
Yes.
And then na-realize ko na first few months ko of trading, mas malaki yung kita ko sa trading compared to my full-time job. So, that time, okay lang ako na ganun yung lifestyle ko. Eventually, it got to the point na yung sa dream job, dream company ko, I don't feel growing already. Pero sa trading, kahit baguhan ka or kahit na-experience ka, and I know you can speak for yourself, there's always challenges and internal yung mga battles na yun. And kahit anong sabihin mo, kahit gaano ka galing na trader, you would always experience those things, kumbaga, yung internal conflict or yung mga, kumbaga, the psychology of trading, you would experience it. So yun yung nangyari. December of that year, natanggap ko yung Christmas bonus ko, sweldo ko, 13th month pay. And then nag-trade din ako kasi usually, di ba, sa Forex, pag December, malikot yung market. It was so, kumbaga, liquid yung galaw ng merkado. Yung kinita ko sa trading, mas malaki pa sa bonus, sa salary, sa 13th month. Sabi ko doon, baka pwede na ako mag-resign because I'm not growing here already. Parang, I don't, mahirap yung job, but it's not challenging anymore. I don't know if it makes sense na mahirap siya. Kahit anong, however you want to describe it. But, yun nga, I don't feel challenged anymore. So yun, nag-resign ako, which was, sinasabi kong stupid because I did not do the right process or the right thing. But for me, it just felt right to do that, leave my dream job, resign at that moment. So, yun yung nangyari. Naging trader na ako, and the pandemic really gave me the biggest lessons when it comes to trading. Wala nang mas sasakit pa dun sa pandemic na buong mundo naka-experience ng ganong pain, especially in the trading world. It was completely different. So, yun yung, kumbaga, that was the beginning of the journey. Right now, nandito tayo sa Thailand, sa Bangkok. Wala to sa plano. Parang napag-usapan lang natin. We go here. That's something I appreciate about trading because hindi lang siya financial freedom. Meron tayong yung sinasabi mo nga na time freedom. Na wala tayong oras na hinahabol, di tayo nagmamadali. We can just chill here and relax, enjoy the beautiful, kumbaga, scenery or buildings. And then the location freedom that sa Pinas, pwede tayo mag-trade. Kung natutulog tayo, pwede na magpatakbo ng trade. Take profit lang or stop loss. And ngayon naman, nandito tayo ngayon, nag-trade tayo kanina, wala tayong ginagawa now. Now we can enjoy this vacation. Kumbaga, work and play becomes one. So, yun yung journey ko from resigning to being a full-time trader.
Wow. Ano naman yung bro? Ano yung parang, sabi mo nga, it felt right, but it was stupid. Diba? But ano naman yung parang, transition challenges na na-experience mo personally, no? Na, syempre, I'm sure there's a lot of employees as well na ayaw nila ng trabaho nila. They wanted a better pay, they wanted a better career for themselves. And maybe they're looking at trading as an option. Ano yung parang challenge mo and ano yung parang ma-advise mo din sa mga taong nangangarap din, no, to have the kind of life that you enjoy right now.
Ang yung pinaka-easiest transition, bro, parang there's no other way for me to say it. Maging VA ka or mag-freelancing ka. Because you're in the Philippines, earning dollars, spending in peso. Yun yung easiest thing kasi hindi ka lalayo sa loved ones mo, sa family mo. Malakas yung currency, malaki yung currency. So, everything in the country feels cheap or affordable sa'yo. Therefore, it's easier to manage your finance. It's easier to live your desired lifestyle. Another option ng mga Filipinos is that nag-a-abroad, di ba, nag-OFW. They go to another country, malayo sa loved ones nila. Of course, malaki din yung expenses nila doon, but the way they earn money, malaki. Pag pinadala dito, mas malaki. Diba? Because yun nga, weaker currency yung Philippine peso. So yun yung dalawang options. Lalabas sa Pinas, yung isa nandito lang, earning that good currency, spend the weaker currency here. Ako, gusto ko i-combine yung pagiging OFW and pagiging VA. And for me, personally, the easiest way for me to get that, it's through trading. Kasi nga, di ba? Location freedom, time freedom, financial freedom, nasagot na ng trading. Ang challenge lang talaga sa trading, which during my transition is, hindi ko ma-separate, hindi ko alam paano i-separate yung natutunan kong strategy sa YouTube, tsaka yung emotions ko. Diba? Ito yung turo ni YouTube, ito yung turo ng mentor natin sa trading. Pag nagbukas ka ng chart, hindi mo nakita yon or wala dun, gusto mo mag-trade, but yung strategy mo, in-apply mo, you're not meant to trade, pero dahil yun lang yung time mo mag-trade, or dahil gusto mo mag-trade ka na. And it sounds, di ba? It sounds easy, but it's very hard to do it. Yung magte-trade ka based on logic, or are you trading based on emotion? So, ganun yung mindset ko every time I trade. And if baguhan ka and you enter the world of forex ba yan, crypto ba yan, or kung ano-ano man yung gusto mong i-trade, you would face those challenges na magiging emotional ka talaga. So, when you win money, grateful ka, but you are not satisfied. You are contented, pero hindi ka satisfied. So, your win or your profit should not affect your emotions. Those emotions you have should not affect your trading decision. The same way with losses. Na once nag-lose ka, you accept that stop loss because stop loss basically means stop losses. So, you're protecting your capital. And based on logic, kaya may stop loss tayo. But because of emotions na ayaw mong matalo, yung pride mo, yung ego mo, ina-adjust natin yung stop loss natin, di ba? Or once na tinamaan yung stop loss natin, we feel bad about ourselves. We question the strategy, we question the computation, we question the analysis, we question our risk management, even we question na tama ba yung ginagawa ko na mag-trade? Tama ba yung nasa trading ako? So, yun yung ibig sabihin ko na logic versus emotion. Etong loss na to should not affect my trading decision. So, completely separating the emotion and your decision. Yun yung pinaka-challenging talaga when it comes to trading. Kahit tayo, matagal na tayo nagtitrade, like I could say we are both profitable traders earning money through this industry alone or this business alone. We still experience those emotions and logic, kung baga, sa psychology, yung cognitive dissonance, di ba? O, di ba? Medyo deep na word, cognitive dissonance. You would always experience that. And I would say this, na yun talaga yung ma-experience mo if baguhan ka pa na trader. So, yun, separate the logic and emotion.
Logic and emotion. Nice. Siguro how about those who are thinking na gusto ko nang mag-trade, gusto ko na full-time to, ano yung parang maybe advice or guide mo sa kanila for the transition na yun mga nag-iisip na
Wag.
mga ganyan.
Don't do trading. Hindi, ako, full-time traders tayo. I do full-time trading, full-time content creation. Para if advice to normal people, do not enter trading. Wag mo nang pasukin. Even though we're creating contents about trading, wag mo nang pasukin yung trading. Mag-copy trading ka na lang or AI trading. But if gusto mo talaga pasukan yung trading, or just the question of paano mag-resign, how do I leave my full-time job, is unang-una, know and compute your MLI. Ano ibig sabihin yung MLI? It's your minimum livable income. So, magkano yung kailangan mo na pera just for you to survive, yung basic needs and necessities mo lang. Tanggalin natin yung wants muna or yung mga other expenses na you don't need to survive. Yung ano lang, kailangan mo, tubig, kuryente, renta mo, groceries, pamalengke, transportation, panggas mo, pang-aral mo sa mga anak mo, or budget for them, if may family ka. I think that's it. Yun lang yung compute mo. Now, after mo na-compute to, make sure yun yung MLI, number 1, minimum livable income. Number 2 is find an alternative source of income. In our example is trading. Make sure yung trading journey mo, yung earnings mo or profit mo sa trading, mas mahigit siya sa minimum livable income. So, example, 15K, okay ka na, buhay ka na for 1 month. Dapat yung kita mo o yung target mo sa trading, it's gonna be more than 15K or above 30K. I don't know, it's up to you. So, dapat mas mahigit yun para net, pag nagasto mo yung expenses mo, you are in net positive income. Yun yung pangalawa. And sabay yung number 2 and number 3. It's to have an emergency fund. Always be responsible when it comes to your personal finance, di ba? If hindi ka responsable sa trading mo, sa pera mo sa trading, hindi ka rin magiging responsable sa finances mo outside trading. As within, so without, or as above, so below. Now, if single ka, times 3 of your salary could be a good emergency fund. If married ka, meron kang partner, times 6 of your salary can be a good emergency fund. If meron kang pamilya, you are the sole breadwinner, ikaw lang yung may trabaho, times 9 of your salary is a good emergency fund already. So, unahin mo talaga yung emergency fund mo before you go full-time trading. Kasi, yun nga, umulan, bumaha, bumagyo, lumindol, pera mo di maglalaho. Your money is gonna be there. Whatever happens to you, you will never run out of money. So, focus first on the defense. So, first, minimum livable income. Pangalawa is to yung alternative source of income mo or trading. Income profit should be greater than your MLI. Net positive equals net positive income. Pangatlo is to have an emergency fund. After that, tapos mo na yung step 1, 2, 3, pwede ka na mag-resign. You can go full-time trading already. And safe na yun. Safe na. Hindi na yun siya stupid. Hindi na yun siya irresponsible. So if pwede ko lang balikan yung past, it would still feel right to do it. But this time, hindi na stupid yung gagawin ko. I would do those things na in-advise ko yung 1, 2, 3. And that's something I would do and something I would advise to others na gusto pumasok sa trading.